Assalamu alaikum. My name is Hammad and today I presented hydrogen. First of all, its contents, which includes introduction, discovery, structure, properties, chemical properties, physical properties, applications in industrial use, in homes use, and other uses, reactions of hydrogen, and uses of hydrogen as a gas and as a fuel, and effects of hydrogen, use of hydrogen in society, and conclusion, and at the end its references. Introduction. The hydrogen atom is composed of one proton and one electron, making it the lightest element in the universe. This means that hydrogen atom is a very small and lightest element in the periodic table. That's why it is present on the top of the periodic table, and it is the first element. That's why its atomic number is 1, and it has one electron and one proton. It is also the most abundant element in the universe, making up more than 90% of all known matter. We all know that hydrogen is present in the universe as universe is created, and many elements are formed by fusion of hydrogen. That's why it is present in a very high amount in universe, and it is abundant element that convert in another elements like helium and and neon and carbon, etc. Discovery. Hydrogen was discovered by the English physicist Henry in 1766. Henry is a physician that discovered hydrogen in 1766. Scientist has been producing hydrogen for years before it was recognized as an element. First of all, hydrogen element is discovered, and after the discovery of element, scientists also produced different experiment and researches for the production of hydrogen gas. Written record indicates that Robert Boyle produced hydrogen gas as early as 1671 while experimenting with iron and acids. It means that when Robert Boyle perform experiments with iron and acids. Acids include HCl, H2SO4, H3PO4, etc. He produced oxygen gas. Structure. In only hydrogen atom or hydrogen element, one electron and one proton is present. When two elements combine to form a molecule, then hydrogen gas is formed, which we see in this structure. Properties. The properties of hydrogen given below. It occurs in gaseous form, means when two hydrogen atoms are combined, it form a gas. Hydrogen is a colorless, odorless, tasteless, and flammable gaseous substance. It has no color, no odor, no taste. When hydrogen is burned, it forms flame. And hydrogen is the simplest member of family of chemical elements. Chemical properties. Hydrogen has no color, no odor, and no taste, and it has no dangerous effect on Earth. It typically exists as diatomic molecule. That's mean two atoms of hydrogen. That is why pure hydrogen is commonly expressed as H2. When two H elements are combined, it forms a diatomic molecule. Physical properties. In physical properties, we discussed its atomic mass, which is 1, and electronegativity 2.1, density 0.0899 multiplied 10 to the minus 3 gram per centimeter cube at 20 degrees Celsius, and its melting point 259.2 degrees Celsius and boiling point 252.8 degrees Celsius. Applications: we use or we perform different experiments with hydrogen, and we also found its application in our daily life. For example, petroleum refining, for the refining of petroleum, for the purification of glass, semiconductor manufacturing. Semiconductor are those substances that have characteristics in between conductors and indicators. And aerospace applications. Aerospace applications mean climate change, telecommunications, geolocalization. Fertilizer production that increase the fertility of soil for the best production of foods. Welding, annealing. Annealing, softening of steel is called annealing, and heat treating metals. Pharmaceuticals, substance used for treatment or diagnosis are called pharmaceuticals. As a coolant in power plant generators. Coolant are those substances that remove heat. In industrial uses, applications of hydrogen in industry is given next. First of all, in food, hydrogen is used to turn unsaturated. Unsaturated are those substances, are those compounds, are those molecules which contain one or more double bonds, and saturated which has only single bonds, or which have all bonds which is single, including hydrogenated vegetables. Hydrogenated vegetables are made from edible oils extracted from plants, like margarine. Margarine is a spread used for flavoring and baking. Butter spread is a combination of butter and oil. Metalworking. Hydrogen is used in multiple applications, including metal alloying. Metal alloying is the mixing of metal with non-metal like zinc and copper. And iron flashmaking is the alternative that use iron ores. Welding. Atomic hydrogen welding (AHV) is a type of arc welding which utilize a hydrogen element. Arc welding are those substances that join metal by using electricity, and we use hydrogen for this purpose. Flat glass production. A mixture of hydrogen and nitrogen is used to prevent oxidation. Oxidation is a process in which we gain, or any element gain, oxygen, loss hydrogen and loss electrons, and therefore defects during manufacturing. Electronic manufacturing as an efficient reducing and etching agent. Etching agent is a chemical process used after polishing and grinding. Hydrogen is used to create semiconductor LEDs. LEDs, liquid emitting diode, which is a semiconductor. Photovoltaic segments that generates electricity. Photovoltaic segments are those segments that generate electricity. And other electronics. In homes, hydrogen can be used as a cooling fuel, the fuel which provide cooling effect. In many developing economies, a high percentage of domestic energy. Domestic energy is energy used in homes for cooking and heating, is related to cooking, which primarily relies on fossil and biomass fuel. Fuel like coal, petroleum, and natural gas. Uses commercial fixation of nitrogen from the air in the Haber ammonia process. Haber ammonia process is a process of artificial nitrogen fixation, hydrogenation of fats and oils, methanol production in alkylation, migration of alkyl substituent from one molecule to other. Hydrocracking, cracking means breakage, and hydrosulfurization. Rocket fuel. Rocket fuel, first of all, the fuel used in rockets is called rocket fuel, and fuel is a substance that burns to provide nuclear energy. Welding, hydrogen use energy as an energy resource which use electricity. And production of hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is also called muriatic acid, which is colorless solution. And reduction of metallic ores. Metallic ores are naturally occurring rocks that contain or metal or um, iron, zinc, copper, etc. Reactions of hydrogen. Atomic hydrogen is very reactive. It combines with most elements to form hydride. Hydride, if hydrogen has a negative charge, it is a hydride, and when react with other elements, it also forms hydrides. For example, sodium hydride, NaH, and it reduces metallic oxides. Metallic oxides are crystalline solids that contain metallic cation and oxide anion. A reaction that produces the metal in its elemental state. Hydrogen as a gas. Hydrogen is the most abundant chemical element in universe, sun, stars and gas planets in other solar systems. It occurs naturally on Earth but not in large enough quantities to be produced cost competitively. It therefore needs to be separated from other elements. We discuss it first at the start of presentation that hydrogen is very abundant element that occur in universe, and many other elements are formed from the fusion of hydrogen like helium, carbon and so many other substances. Hydrogen as a fuel. Hydrogen is considered as alternative fuel under the Energy Policy Act of 1992. The interest in hydrogen as an alternative transportation fuel from its ability to power fuel cells in zero emission vehicles. ZEV is called zero emission vehicles. That that is those vehicles which doesn't emit exhaust gas or any pollutants in environment, and it doesn't cause any air pollution. Its potential for domestic purpose and the fuel cells fast filling time and high efficiency. Hydrogen facts. Hydrogen is the most abundant element. There are three natural isotopes of hydrogen: protium, deuterium, and tritium. Hydrogen gas is extremely flammable. When we burn hydrogen gas, it forms flame, but it has no color, no odor, and no taste. Hydrogen compounds commonly are called hydrides. When hydrogen reacts with other elements, it forms hydrides. For example, sodium hydride. Hydrogen may be produced by reacting metals with acids. Acids include HCl, H2SO4, H3PO4. For example, zinc with hydrochloric acid. In society, hydrogen today is being used to power commercial buses both by internal combustion engines in which oxygen is produced by using fuel, burning a combustion of hydrogen and other fuels, and solely by hydrogen used in fuel cells. Hydrogen is used in many commercial applications for welding. Welding is a process for joining metal by using electricity, to dyeing fabrics, to making electronics, plastics, and fertilizer. And fertilizers are those substances that increase the fertility of soil for increasing the production of foods and crops. Conclusion: the presence of hydrogen energy storage allows renewable energy. Renewable, we know that energy can never created, destroyed, but we convert energy from one form to another. That's why energy storage allows renewable energy to be harvested at busy generation times and to be allowed at low points of generation. Knowing that a reliable storage such as hydrogen is available and ready allows traditional gas and coal power stations to be decommissioned. Decommission, clean up radioactivity, and progressiveness dismantling of plant is called decommissioned. References: these are websites from we collect data about hydrogen. Thank you very much.